Mr. Speaker, corporate America and the big money interests have told us that NAFTA is a good deal. I don't believe them. Recent history has told us that corporate America is concerned about one thing and one thing alone, and that is their own wealth and their own power. NAFTA may be a good deal for the people who own our corporations, but it is a bad deal for American workers, for our family farmers, and it is bad for the environment. Very briefly, 4 reasons why this NAFTA agreement should be defeated. Number 1, the American worker and family farmer should not be asked to compete against the desperate people of Mexico who are forced to work for a minimum wage of 58 cents an hour and an average manufacturing wage of $2.35 an hour. A Wall Street Journal poll of last year has already told us, that 40% of the CEOs who were polled said that they are prepared to move manufacturing down to Mexico, 40% if NAFTA were approved, and 24% that said that they would use NAFTA to lower wages, to keep wages low. Wages in America today are already too low. We don't need NAFTA to lower them further. Number 2, the United States should not merge economies with a nation that is not a democracy. There is much evidence to suggest that Mr. Salinas, the president of Mexico, was himself illegally elected. Most of their state elections are rigged. The media is highly controlled. The workers there cannot form free trade unions. What does this say about our commitment to democracy when we merge economies with an undemocratic nation? How do you have free trade with a nation that is not free? Third point, Mexico, despite all the fine-sounding laws, which in fact are worthless, has allowed American companies to heavily pollute their environment with toxic waste, endangering health on both sides of the border. I regard it as an outrage that American taxpayers, some of whom have already been thrown out on the streets by American corporations going to Mexico, are now going to be asked to pay higher taxes to clean up the toxic waste caused by American companies that have gone to Mexico. Let the companies clean up their waste, not the American taxpayers. And fourth and last, frankly, Mr. Speaker, it is a disgrace to this institution and to our country that President Clinton has had to spend billions of dollars of taxpayer money buying congressional votes for this treaty with military cargo planes, bridges, development banks, airline routes, renegotiated tariffs, etc. If the deal is such a good deal, you don't have to buy votes for it. Mr. Speaker, let us defeat this NAFTA. Thank you.
Time of the gentleman's expired.